This video explains how to convert radian to degree and vice versa using the R programming language. So without much talk, let's dive into the R code. In this video I will show you an example, and this example is based on the value that we can store in the data object x, as you can see in line 2 of the code. So after running this line of code, our example data object x is created, as you can see at the top right of RStudio, and we can also print this value to the RStudio console by running line 3 of the code. And then you can see that we have simply stored a single value in a data frame called x. Now at this point, this data object has the numeric class. However, we want to change this class to the Radians class, and for that we first need to install and load the units package, as you can see in lines 5 and 6 of the code. I have installed this package already, so for that reason I'm just going to load it with line 6 of the code. So after running this line of code, we can apply the s_units function of the units package, as you can see in line 8 of the code, to convert our numeric value to a radian. So after running line 8 of the code, a new data object is created, which is called xrad. And we can print this data object to the bottom in the RStudio console by running line 9 of the code. And then you can see that we have shown our value once again. However, this time you can also see in square brackets that this value is considered as a radian. Now let's assume that we want to convert this radian object to degrees. Then we can apply the setUnits function once again, as you can see in line 11 of the code. And the difference here is that I'm specifying our radian object, and then I'm specifying that I want to convert these radians to degrees. And as in the previous line of code, I'm specifying that I want to store the output of this in another data object that I'm calling xdeg. So if you run line 11 of the code, this data object is appearing at the top right. And if we print it to the bottom in the RStudio console, you can see that now this value corresponds to the degrees that correspond to the radians of our input value. And you can also see that in square brackets, it is indicated that this value is showing degrees. Now we can also convert this data object back to radians using the setUnits function once again, as you can see in line 14 of the code. And this time we are specifying our degrees data object within the setUnits function, and we are specifying that we want to convert these degrees back to radians. And as in the previous examples, I'm storing the output of this in another data object that I'm calling xrad2. So after running line 14 of the code, this data object is appearing at the top right. And then after running line 15 of the code, our radians are shown once again at the bottom in the RStudio console. And these radians have been converted back from degrees. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage, statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.